Hi, I'm Debbie Riley, CEO for the Center for Adoption Support and Education. I'm excited to share this video with you today, which depicts the challenges that foster and adoptive children face every day when asked intrusive questions about their personal stories. These questions stem from others' curiosity about adoption. Unfortunately, they're hurtful and overwhelming. We knew we had to do something, so we created W.I.S.E. In this video, you'll see how kids gain confidence and can manage tough questions from our empowering W.I.S.E. program.
Are you adopted? How much did it cost?
People always ask, where are your real parents? I don't really know, so I can't give an answer.
They'd ask how my parents found me, if they bought me, how much they paid for me.
I only get like one question a week, but I just walk away and say it's none of your business.
Why do you look different than everyone in your family?
I have a different skin color than the rest of my family. There's nothing else to really say about it.
Adopted kids are weird. Are you weird?
Being adopted is really not that easy. You would get a lot of questions that you don't want to answer, but you don't want to say it in a rude way.
I'll make a class.
Adopted kids and families often get a lot of questions.
Are you two adopted?
We never realized the depth and the confusion and the sadness that these questions evoked for our kids.
How much did they pay for you?
Sometimes it isn't questions, sometimes it is sadly comments of a teasing or bullying nature.
We needed to do something. We couldn't leave them out there. CASE stands for the Center for Adoption Support and Education. My husband and I were considering becoming an adoptive parent, and I had been doing a lot of mental health work for the past, well, now almost 37 years. There was a void, and the void was providing very specialized mental health services to this population of children and families.
Oh no, how do I answer?
At CASE, our therapists are very highly trained family therapists, and we talk about all the different issues that are related to families.
Typical kinds of concerns are around how to talk with their children about adoption, how to share pieces of their children's story that may be difficult to share.
I think it's very important to be very sensitive to our children when they come to us with concerns and to really try to hear them. And when it doesn't make sense to us, to seek out people like CASE to better understand what their lives are like and how we can best provide for their needs.
Adopting an older child adds some challenges. His birth story is completely different, and he had already developed into a person.
My mom died after I was born. My real father, he was drinking, and he's out of control. Then I have a lot of struggle when I was in the orphanage.
That's where CASE steps in and helps us through.
We created this very safe place for parents and children to come together to talk about things that at times are not that easy.
I've done training for CASE since the beginning. To parent groups, community groups, sharing this very simple but powerful tool to help children not feel so caught off guard.
W.I.S.E. is a program that helped adopted children face not so nice people, otherwise known as bullies.
Just 4 letters, 4 different options.
The W in W.I.S.E. stands for walk away.
Are you adopted? How about the I?
It's private.
Yes.
The knowing where the borderline is and to say, this is private.
Private?
To saying something like it's a very personal question you're asking is always something you can go back to.
The S is to share something, to actually maybe answer the question in whatever way you feel comfortable.
E for W.I.S.E. stands for educate others.
and more to not educate the person about your own personal self, but about maybe adoption in general.
Not everybody looks like their mom and dad.
W.I.S.E helped a lot because it helps actually have a structure to think about when people ask me questions, as opposed to just feeling uncomfortable and not knowing what to do.
It kind of helped me know what to say when somebody asks you like one of those questions.
I, as an adopted adult, would have loved to have something like this when I was a kid.
When I was pushing cards, someone asked me if I was Chinese. I said I was Korean, and then I just walked away. I used the S and the W by sharing something and walking away.
I said, oh, what did you learn? And he was like, the other kids are just like me, and they have the same questions as me.
They are definitely taking in the fact that they're not alone.
How come your brother doesn't look like you? And I'm like, because we're both adopted.
Same with me. It's a really wonderful place where children can very safely speak with other children who are adopted about their experiences, both positive and negative.
It was also really nice being in the training and being with other adoptive parents and sharing the stories and hearing how they've handled it.
You have an instant bond with other adoptive families. You just feel it.
Today, many families have contact with birth family. They often come in around just how to make those relationships work.
I wrote a letter to my birth mother, so then I started learning more about where I came from, why they gave me up, which was a big question I had. So I think just answering the questions helped form my whole identity of who I am now.
I was going through a lot of trouble when I was younger, trying to figure out my identity, like who I was, where I came from. My biological brother was trying to find me. So it was really an amazing time for me to be with Case, and they've been a really big support with that journey. We went back to Ethiopia, and it was kind of hard, but it was still really fun.
We're fortunate enough to know their birth family, so we went to see them. Ended up putting our whole family into counseling just to help prepare them.
Because of the uniqueness of what we do and the lack of this specialization across the country, we have families sometimes driving 3-4 hours to come see us. We are the experts, and that's why they keep coming back.
When I see the adopted kids that are just very comfortable with who they are, that's what I want.
Adoption's kind of always going to be with you. It's just part of who you are.
It feels great to have a big family.
I'm in a basketball team right now, and we have a game tomorrow.
I also love singing.
That's my goal, to compete in the Olympics.
There's a special body of knowledge that you need to have to help support adoptive families. I wish Case could be in every community. Maybe one day.
One great thing about my family is that they love me, and they always will.